I want to turn to the hadith, the prophecy of Prophet Muhammad والسلام, who said, it is in Sahih Bukhari, that the river Euphrates will uncover a mountain of gold. Gold is a metal. So a mountain of the metal, not a wheelbarrow. Did you hear that? A mountain of the metal, not a wheelbarrow. And he said that people will fight for that gold, the mountain of gold. And 99 out of every 100 who fight for that mountain of gold would be killed. And each one fighting for that mountain of gold would say, I would survive. But the believers must not touch that gold. This prophecy of Prophet Muhammad والسلام, is well known because I have been quoting it for 25 or 30 years now, again and again and again. I don't know anyone else who's been quoting it as often as I have been quoting. And I have faced a backlash from those who want to understand it literally. They are a people who refuse to think. And Allah has warned the people who refuse to think that He will place a curse upon those who do not think. وَيَجْعَلُ الرِّجْزَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. Rizq is a curse. And so they wait for a mountain of the gold to come out from underneath the river. And if there's any report of even a nugget of gold being discovered as the waters recede in the Euphrates, these people jump up on the table and start to dance. Here is evidence, a nugget of gold that the mountain is coming. Yes, what can I do with them? But that's not important. They are not an important people. Let's leave them. I have explained, or rather, I have interpreted this hadith maybe 25 years ago or more. It's very well known. I have said this is mutashabiha, not muhkama, and it has to be interpreted. And when the Prophet spoke about a mountain of gold, he's not talking about the metal. Rather, he's talking about black gold. Black gold meaning an ocean of oil underneath the river in the entire Gulf, which will one day function as a mountain of gold. And I have given the first interpretation that is now happening. It has been happening ever since the US dollar was de-linked from gold, and Kissinger succeeded in getting Faisal, rahimahullah, the only Saudi king for whom I say rahimahullah, King Faisal, getting him to agree to the birth of the petrodollar. When he got Faisal to agree that Saudi Arabia would not sell its oil other than for US dollar, which is a haram agreement. And then they got the other Arab oil-producing countries to come on board, and then OPEC came on board, and that's the birth of the petrodollar. And then one day there'll be a war for protecting the petrodollar. And we see that already, the evidence coming up that the war is coming, because BRICS has now emerged as a challenge to the Bretton Woods Accord and to the IMF. But now we see something else. That maybe the hadith, the prophecy, has a second interpretation. And that is a blockade of the Straits of Hormuz for all ships passing through that will pay a toll to Iran could be in conflict with international law. But more than that, Russia has no need to send her ships with oil to Iran and to the Gulf. Russia had other places to sell oil. Russia has no need to buy oil or gas from that region of the world. So a blockade of the Straits of Hormuz will not affect Russia. But when we turn to China, the different story. The Chinese economy is significantly dependent on oil from that region of the world, passing through the Straits of Hormuz. Russia has been buying oil from Iran, a significant amount of oil from Iran. China is Iran's, by far, China's biggest customer. And China is buying oil also from the other Arab oil-producing states. China is buying from Saudi Arabia. China is not only buying oil, China is also buying gas from Qatar. I don't know the figures. So now tell me, China is a proud civilization, but China is also a businessman. Will China submit to Trump and refuse to pay any toll for buying oil passing through the Straits of Hormuz? I don't think China will agree to that condition. Will Iran accept that it will not charge any toll to China and to other countries that want to buy oil and pass through the Straits of Hormuz? I don't think that Iran is going to back down on this subject. So now then, if Trump is a man who wants to make a deal, he's a businessman, and he takes his business practice to politics and international politics. So Trump probably already knows that this is the major implication of a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, that China is the most important actor to be affected. Trump already knows that. And so the United States might be willing now to try to negotiate a deal that China will accept American hegemony over the Straits of Hormuz. And the world must now watch to see what's going to happen. And if the prophecy of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is correct, then one of the other implications of the Mountain of Gold could be that China might not agree to a deal with Trump. And that China would say, you have no right to stop our ships from passing through international waterway. And if we want to pay a toll to Iran, that is none of your business. And China is a proud civilization. So I do not think that a deal is possible, and I do not think that China will back down. And if Trump backs down, then it won't be America looking great again. If Trump backs down, not only will Trump look bad, but Iran will emerge as the victor in this confrontation, and that's bad news for Israel. So the stakes are very high. And in this video, I want to share with you my view, the likelihood, the possibility that there might be a military confrontation between the United States and China over the Straits of Hormuz. If such a thing happens, and I hope and I pray, and my viewers will join me in hoping and praying, that war does not break out between the United States and China over the blockade of the Straits of Hormuz. But if war does break out, then this could be the war the Prophet ﷺ prophesied about, that 99 out of every 100 will be killed, meaning nuclear war. I've always held the view that the nuclear war will be provoked with the north of Syria. But maybe this is the correct one, and the nuclear war might start because of the blockade of the Straits of Hormuz. This is all I need to share with you on this occasion, but the war on Iran is becoming more and more dangerous.